Hey everybody, welcome to White Noise Live. I'm Kyle, I'm here with Ricky, and with Squire from his channel. How's it going?
Doing good. It says we're still offline.
Yeah, I said there's a delay. We've been over this.
Okay.
This is why we talk about this before the show starts.
Welcome. It's professional, we assure you. It's a good show. I'm here. It's a good show.
So, yeah. I am happy to actually just have you on the show, as like we were just talking about, just because we're going to be just going over YouTube stuff. Because I think the last time, like the only ever time I'm able to talk about YouTube stuff is when I talk to an actual YouTuber properly.
Sure.
Because nobody else knows anything about
Don't
it.
worry. I'm your man. I can help you with these things because I do YouTube.
Yeah.
I can help you with certain things. I mean, I'm completely shattered. My eyes, look, I mean, my bags have got bags, and I'm not in a good state, but I will help you.
So
I'm in the middle of the screen. Look at that.
So, most of our fans, I think, know who you are already because they respond to your comments pretty frequently in our comment section. But just in case they don't.
Okay, so I run a sort of British YouTube channel. It's very British. I think, Ricky, you've just seen it. You'll agree. It's on the British side of the scale. It's pretty British. And I play games in which I shoot people down and kill people. It's war games mostly. And well, I have a very good time doing it, I think. People like it, apparently. So.
Well, I remember seeing your channel for the first time and thinking, like, one of the things that stood out to me is just the fact that you actually do play almost entirely one game. And you did, like, it's really impressively themed. Like, I actually thought it was cool because a lot of people, you know, most gameplay channels are, especially now, it's like some high school kids watches other gameplay channels. And they think, I play games, I have friends, I can record that and put it on YouTube. And it's just like a person playing whatever they want. And so I kind of admired that yours is, like, really focused on one thing because it kind of makes this nice theme.
Not through choice. It's completely not through choice, no. It's basically, I play a few games, very few of which I'm good at. So that's basically it, I think.
Well, that would limit you, I guess.
What is I play mostly War Thunder.
Yeah,
it's War Thunder mostly. It's a plane game where you almost have drive planes, almost, where you fly planes, or you attempt to. And there are tanks and stuff.
Too?
You know, I've tried. It doesn't get you far. I can never find the gear stick in a plane. No, just stick shift. You can't find them. They're hard to find.
So are you just good at playing games in general, or have you like wanted to be a pilot or something at some point in your life?
Oh no, I'd probably kill many people, and I'm probably not.
Well, that's the point, right? That's what you're trying to do. I guess, man, I like history, and so all my games, so they take place in sort of historical settings, and that's what I like the most, I suppose. So yeah. You have a particular interest in World War II or anything like that, or what?
Anything that I can apply my style of accent to, I guess. Like my stuff is really heavily British, and so any conflicts which we took part in, I can do.
You do have like the most British accent I've ever heard on a person, I think.
It's on the stronger side. I'll give it to you.
It's pretty good.
It's good over the phone. You can sound vastly more intelligent than you are over the phone.
Yeah.
I have a command over the phone, and women who are in America. That works very well. Not in many other situations, though.
We are fairly lucky because we've come from Austin, Texas, which means we don't really have a Texan accent because that has the opposite effect when you're talking to people usually. So
yes,
we haven't had to suffer through that.
Austin is like the least Texas. But still
my favorite American accent is like an Alabama accent. That throws me all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's a brilliant accent to have.
Yeah, that's about as south as you can get here, I think.
Technically, Florida's as south as you can get. They're not southern.
Does Florida have an accent?
No. Well, sort of. Not really. But they're just technically more south.
Oh, okay, yeah. I've just never heard somebody talk and like identified them as, you're from Florida, aren't you?
No.
I'm gonna mirror myself. 1 second. You ready for this?
Okay.
Ready for this?
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
So wait, hold on. Which one is the real one?
I don't know anymore. I'm just gonna keep this up because I don't know anymore.
Alright. I'm just gonna flip it back and forth throughout the podcast.
I've given up in trying. You know, this is really professional. I'm sorry I've let you down in so many respects. It was meant to be professional. I've given up.
This is a real
professional.
The way your hair looks and everything, you look like Justin Bieber made all the right decisions in his life. It's a good thing. It's really a good thing.
Went to school in England instead of Canada.
Yeah,
you know.
exactly. All the right decisions.
Yeah, I can't sing well. So.
I think Bert L just joined, so hi Bert L. Bert L is our longest standing fan so far.
God, that's scary. So I've got a few of those. You know. Oh no.
Bert L joined us from the Newgrounds days. He's also from England. That's all I know about him.
Oh, but there you go. I've got a fellow Brit in the chat, so I'm good now. I've got someone I can relate to. You know, let's talk Jaffa cakes. Let's talk jammy dodgers. Let's talk McCoys.
I actually order Jaffa cakes online. Like I have them shipped to me sometimes.
What?
I tried them out once and they were really good, so I have them mailed to me.
Jaffa cakes, Ricky. Do you know Jaffa cakes? They're wonderful things, divine things. Okay, so what you got is you got your Jaffa, which is orange basically. It's an orange kind of jelly kind of substance, surrounded by chocolate and a cake kind of texture. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Interesting.
Okay.
It's kind of like
you wouldn't understand with your American foods with your injected sugars and things. You wouldn't understand this kind of stuff.
No, wait, that's like basically just British Hostess cakes. It's basically the same thing we have.
Good. I'm glad we've got that covered right there.
So
let's talk YouTube.
Oh yeah, okay.
That's a good idea. Talk some of that stuff, and maybe that'll work out. I'm gonna quickly mention this stream on my Facebook page.
Cool.
Bring some people over here who are arguably insane. So there you go.
Do you mostly stream more than you do YouTube, or what? Is it a good mix?
I never stream. I should stream. Never do.
I've noticed that being a trend now. Like most of the gameplay people are moving towards streaming and stuff. So that's interesting that you don't. Is there any particular reason?
1 second. Sorry, can't multitask here. You know, I make my living flying pretend airplanes and talking very quickly, and I can't do it whilst. 1 second.
Is there anybody hiding behind you today, Ricky?
Huh? Nobody's sitting behind me today.
Okay. Sometimes Ricky has somebody just behind him, and he'll move, and there'll just be a guy there, and it's weird.
Ricky, I know so much about you. It's a strange
infinite
thing.
homework because he decided he wanted to be an engineer with his life.
What a waste of time. What a waste of engineers. They don't make any money. Forget that, no. What you want to do is YouTube, my friend.
Right.
I make such videos. You fly pretend airplanes like I do. There's money in that. Airplanes. That's what you want. Kyle, throw me a curveball with some questions about YouTube and about...
let's see. Well, I noticed that you have gotten like a stupidly huge amount of subscribers within the last few months, actually. Like since talking to, I think since being in our video, the one
your video
computer.
That's what it was. That's what it was. Your video just launched me. I don't know.
That's just the mark, because I remember looking at your channel then. I think you had 30,000 at that point. And haven't you like doubled since then? I need to actually open your channel up so I can see. But
65 now. It's amazing. Yeah. The growth is amazing. It really makes me happy.
So it's kind of cool.
I'm not sure what it is, Matt.
We can watch you and see like what it looks like from a little ways in the future. And is that just, did you like, what was the speed from 30 to like 30,000 to 60,000 relative from like 1,000 to 30,000?
You know what it's like. On YouTube, when you start a channel, the first 1,000 are by far the hardest. That's how it is. And then from 1 to 5k is pretty hard. From 5 to 10 is okay, easy.
We're still in that kind of range right now.
10 to 20 for me was a nightmare. And then from then it's been pretty easy. I don't know what I'm doing that's kind of right, but apparently it's working. I think it might be the accent.
What happened with 10 to 20? Was there anything
like... I'm not sure. A sort of lack of videos more than anything. I put about one a week for a long time, and that was not too good. You know, I think when you're doing something like I am, it's all about the quantity as well as the quality. I don't manage many videos, so that's a bad thing. Oh my god.
But yeah, so then, I mean, you've gotten another 30,000 after that in how long has it been? When did we put that video out? I don't remember. That's just my benchmark.
Oh, that was about 4 months ago, wasn't it? About 4 months ago.
So that's a pretty good jump.
So it's a massive jump. I honestly, I don't know where the growth is coming from, but I am so very thankful for it, and I I don't understand, man. I wish I could offer you more support than this, but I don't understand where it's coming from. Maybe it's 1 or 2 people who really like my content who have made 4,000 accounts each. Maybe they're just, showing their love for me, and,
Well, see, it still feels weird to me that we have as many people watching as we do. Like, even though we don't have all that many people, it's like, 8,000 people, like 4 times the number of people that were in mine and Ricky's high school are subscribed, like, getting constant updates when we post new things, which is insane. I
mean, how do you think about 65,000 people? I mean, I don't think of that number.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't speak publicly to more than a few dozen people without, needing a pair of brown trousers. Trousers? I've been drinking. Sorry, I'm an alcoholic. I'm not good at public speaking, and yet my job is kind of speaking into a microphone, but that's not too difficult. It's I don't think about the vast people you reach. Scary thing.
I guess it's easier online because you don't have the people right there. You just kind of have the numbers, so you can choose to kind of ignore it if you want a little bit. Like, I know a lot of YouTubers have done actual performance and stuff, but I wasn't in theater or anything. Ricky was, actually. Like, Ricky did actual performances, but I've always used the internet because there was that separation there.
Actual high school performances.
Whoa. Put that on a CV. I've never done anything like this. I went from school and doing graphic design, which I wasn't very, very good at, let's be honest. I mean, I did my own art, but it's nothing special.
I like your style of art on the channel, though. It looks very like war propaganda kind of thing. Like, it matches well.
You're like
communist
fieldy look, It looks great.
There's kind of me sitting in a sort of Leninist position, and that's it. And it's a bit communisty. It works.
You've also apparently been challenged to a Verdun duel by Jesse Ebner.
By who? I see.
Is there somebody in our chat?
What's the rules? Before I say anything, what are the rules on profanity in this lovely podcast of yours?
I think on the channel we generally try to keep it toned down, but this is also live, and I'm not going to be editing it, so it's kind of an accepted thing that it might go. It's not going to be. It's not pre-written like our sketches, so whatever.
I mean, you're British, so you...
That's a very indefined answer. I'm not happy with that answer.
I'm not really too concerned with it.
Use British profanity.
There's a lot of it, and
yeah.
Challenge on Verdun. I mean, I'm too good at Verdun. My videos are me killing vast amounts of Germans. Usually, I'm very talented. So yeah, I mean, you guys. I mean, have you ever tried to sort of step into the gaming area? I know what you do is you make amazing videos, kind of related to games, sort of live, sort of action stuff with cameras and your real faces, and it's amazing stuff. But have you ever tried, stepping into actual gaming?
Well, I mean, I have played some games before because that's where all the information on the games is coming from.
It's a place to start.
Yeah, we've kind of dabbled in some gameplay stuff. We actually have a second channel that not many people know about, where we just kind of throw some things every now and then. And we're wanting to do some Metal Gear stuff because one of our members, Ian, is really into Metal Gear, and so he wants to make me play through the whole Metal Gear series. And he says he's going to record and edit it for me and put it up on the channel, so that I don't have to worry about it.
Absolutely awful. From what I know of you.
I mean, I've heard it. It's something. It's quite a game series from what I've seen of it. So it may just turn into that's a Metal Gear channel essentially from how much there seems to be of that game series. So we may, mess with it a little bit. I'd like to do, I don't know, some Civ 5 stuff sometimes. Like, it'd be cool to have you join in.
You know what? I play a lot of Civ 5 in my spare time. That's something that I don't really put on the channel. I don't really do any RTS, but I'm a big fan of it. And Civ, I've spent days on Civ, shamelessly, and it's a very fun game. And yeah, no, your stuff on Civ's amazing. Your videos on Civ are
and actually going back to, I think, honestly, I think part of the reason you're probably doing as well as you are is because of the specialization on one game. Like, that actually tends to do really well.
Voice, face, personality,
extreme
modesty. Extreme modesty. I'm very modest.
All themed, and really focused in one direction. And I've seen that work a lot of times. Like, my brother has a friend from middle school who now has way more subscribers than either of us, actually, and his entire channel is that he rides around on his motorcycle with a GoPro strapped to his head and just vlogs while driving a motorcycle.
That's a very popular thing.
And he has a ton of subscribers off of that. And I've actually noticed, like, it's almost 100% guaranteed that if we wanted to do much better than we are right now, we could do only Civ videos. Like, if we completely changed focus, like, based on the numbers, if we just did Civ, we'd do, like, significantly better.
It's amazing how many people play Civ. It's amazing. There's such a big player base.
I was really surprised at how popular those guys, or those videos got, and it's weird because, and that's, you know, it's slightly tempting, but at the same time, it's like, well, but then we wouldn't actually be doing what we want to do all the time. And I've heard, you know, some of our fans have said that they don't particularly like the Civ videos. But yeah, it is definitely, you know, it's there. Like, I know it would work, so the temptation is kind of there. It's like, you should just make more Civ.
Okay, I think for gaming channels on YouTube, there's a really, I mean, anyone who tries to, you know, go down the variety gaming channel route from the very start is really setting themselves up for a pretty difficult stance.
I mean, it's tough now too, because a lot of the biggest guys, that's what they do, right?
Of course.
And so it's like that market's kind of covered at this point. You have to have a really strong personality to make that work.
It's purely the fact that when you have an audience already and you branch out into a game and cover it, your search results on that game go way up because you've got a lot of views on it and you've already got a community that already comments on your videos and likes them, and you've got a, you know, whatever video you make, you've got views on. And if you've got no audience and you make videos on various games, they're not going to get picked up on the search engine. They're not going to get well, they're going to get searched, but they're going to come very low in the ratings because you've not got a standing audience. And what I've done is go down one game, well, roughly one game, and build up an audience on that one game. And I sometimes spread out. Anyone who watches my videos will disagree. I sometimes spread out. I try. And well, it works. I mean, my Verdun videos, for example, which is a World War 1 shooter, they don't do that poorly, and I'm amazed.
Yeah. And, well, and I guess that works because they're still kind of on the same, you know, thematic. They're all on theme the whole time. So yeah, that makes sense. I guess it's just like, you know, just like specializing in an RPG or something. You're gonna get better in that area if you just focus on one thing rather than trying to do all this stuff all at once.
I don't know, like a lot of the variety game channels or whatever.
Yeah.
What I really like is the people that, like, they do a bunch of different games, but they don't just do like long playthrough videos. Like, they do like the quick edited ones.
Right.
Like I'll just bring up like Donkey. Like, he does a million games, but he just does like little 5-minute videos of each game.
Okay.
Sure, like compilations and things. I did that with Verdun. I mean, I just like slammed together a load of clips where I did sort of all right, and then when I killed lots of people, and then, you know, that was it. But for Verdun, for War Thunder, sorry, which is the game I mostly cover, I play like an entire match, and it sometimes goes quite well, and that's kind of it. But
and if you specialize on one game, I think that's when you can do like the longer stuff and show the more intricate stuff of the game instead of just the joke bits, you know.
That's in a way.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, core audience who understand all the gameplay mechanics and who know what you're doing at all times. That's okay. War Thunder's not that difficult. Sorry, I must explain. I've been awake for like many days. at least 14 hours. I mean, that's more than I'm used to staying up for.
I know that feeling. I work at a news station right now, and for the first mostly year of that job, I was getting up at like 3 in the morning to go work there. So that was basically like for 3/4 of a year, I was basically only getting 5 hours of sleep a night. But yeah, I think you can also there are ways to specialize without necessarily playing the same game. Even like you can sort of specialize thematically almost. Like I watch the Yogscast a lot. They're my preferred group because I found them first probably, and that was basically it. But
sure,
they do a lot of competition-based stuff because there's so many of them in the same group. They do a ton of different games, but a lot of it is all of their members sort of competing against each other within these games. and so it's sort of, you know, like that's sort of the theme of the channel more. If you had to pick one, that's a consistent running theme through the whole thing. So you could, you know, that would also make sense. It wouldn't necessarily have to be the exact same game. It could just be the way you format them, like what Ricky said with the 5-minute videos or things like that.
Sure. I mean, the way YouTube's going, longer videos are rewarded way more than short ones. I mean, this will hit you guys pretty hard. I mean, YouTube Red has hit you guys pretty hard because you make fairly short-form content. You know, you're within the sort of 3 to 10 minute range, aren't you? I mean, so am I, to an extent. I don't make any videos longer than max 20 minutes. But YouTube Red rewards content creators on how long their videos are, because the longer viewers watch your videos, the more you get paid for it, I guess.
Yeah, we are not actually like utilizing YouTube. Like you could definitely, we are making what we want and putting it on YouTube. We are not really doing YouTube properly. I think honestly,
we're attempting YouTube.
I think what's likely going to happen, or what needs to happen actually, is, especially because YouTube seems to keep pushing more and more towards that, something else needs to show up at some point.
Well, I think that, you know, Patreon's really been the big thing to...
Well, Patreon is certainly helpful, like, for, I mean, that helps a lot.
I as a man who is launching his campaign tonight,
That's actually not why we had you on this show, but it sounds like we did now. Like, it sounds like you're on to promote your Patreon.
If there's a time to launch a big campaign that's, you know, potentially risky, it's when you've not slept for a long time and you're in a pretty sort of, you know, weird mood. I feel like I've done many hard drugs, and then I've gone for a 4-mile run and been attacked by several muggers and fought them off. And I've come into this room and started chatting to people I barely know. That's what I feel like, but I'm sure that's not what's happened. It's just, yeah.
It's okay, you'll forget all of it tomorrow, it'll be fine.
Tomorrow I'll wake up, find this on the internet, and start crying. So it's, yeah. Don't worry. But no, Patreon, from what I understand, it's amazing, really. I mean, I've just set up my campaign, and hopefully I'm going to get a bit of front page promotion from their page. I don't know if that's what I've set up, but it looks to be brilliant.
How does that work?
If I can...
Hold on, rewind. How do you work that out?
I got contacted by a lovely man who works for them, and they are a lovely company. That's all I can say, really. They're a lovely company, and this guy approached me, and he was like, "So I follow you as it is, and I saw on Facebook you were putting out the feelers on a Patreon campaign, and would you like to pursue this?" And I was like, "Definitely," because at the moment, like, I stopped university to do YouTube, and I don't make that many videos. I probably should make more, and as this is kind of my primary source of income, it's like, I guess 70% of what I currently earn. Money is not, you know, something that I have an abundance of, and I think that if you don't make a lot of content in a week, you know, YouTube doesn't reward quality content over quantity. You know, you get view for view, we get paid the same, and if you make one video a week of extreme quality that you put a lot of work into, you get paid no more than if you make a video that took you 10 minutes to make and upload. You know, it doesn't matter really. It's you know, it's not really fair on animators and people who create content like yourselves.
I can't. Yeah, I stopped animating a long time ago. I don't know how people manage with with that.
When you make your voice actors sit in your hot attic to read their lines, Kyle. When you have a soundproof room in your house.
My room is half soundproofed. The wall in front of me is beautifully, but that one behind me is it's a lovely wallpaper that looks crazy.
And Squire, apparently the chat demands to know which county of England you're from.
Okay, so I was born and raised in Oxfordshire, Oxford, as you might have guessed, and now I live in Norfolk because I moved up here for university, and it's a wonderful place, very flat, and yeah, it's a wonderful place. Flattest county in the UK.
Sounds British.
There's a fact for you, some trivia about Norfolk. We're known for turnips and mustard, and it's full of farmers, really. That's it. Yeah, what's Texas?
Of England sounds.
From what I understand, Texas is just guns, and that's it.
That's not a bad interpretation. Yeah, I've heard people.
How many guns do you own?
You know what? My family actually. Like, we're really not gun nuts at all. Like, because we live in Austin, we're not hugely into guns just in general.
But
we have approximately 8.
8?
Yeah.
That's some pretty big rats.
I think I'm counting 8.
I own one antique gun that's been passed down through my family. And my uncle is upset that I was born before his son was born because he was going to go to the first grandson.
So between you, you have 9 guns.
Yes.
You can still override Belgium with that.
What?
Don't worry. I mean,
what?
I don't own them. They're just in my house.
Oh my goodness.
Oxfordshire. It's Oxford. Oxford. Oxford.
I'm assuming Music Musket is not from England.
Oxfordshire. Oxfordshire. Oh my goodness me.
That looks right.
Yeah, that's definitely some form of language. What that is.
I actually got to visit England in October last year, which was awesome.
Where did you go?
I went to London. It was I went to London and Edinburgh, Scotland, in one trip.
And you returned with your teeth intact and everything's fine.
Yeah. I actually really in like the atmosphere over there. It's way more.
How
chill.
many times were you mugged out of interest on a scale of 1 to 17? I mean, how many times were you?
I think I was like negative mugged, like whatever the negative value of mugged is there.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's a great, because I like going to New York City a lot. I've been there multiple times. I like big cities; they're nice places to be. But compared to London, New York City is just super tense all the time. Like everybody's rushing around trying to get everywhere, and like everybody's all
busy.
Yeah, it's like everybody get out of my way, move. Like if the subway's late by 2 minutes, people are freaking out. And yeah, you go to London, it's like the train's been delayed, and everyone's like, all right.
Everyone's used to it. That's all it is.
It might be. Maybe they're just
hundreds
all beaten down over there.
Of social oppression will do that to a country. That's all I'm saying. Is British men are quite reserved in their attentions.
But it's just also calm. Like it's a huge city, but it's also calm compared to our big cities over here. I really liked it. It was nice. It was a nice trip.
Depends where you go. If you go to a lovely part of it, it's nice
yeah.
and calm.
I mean, I was like right downtown London and stuff. I went up north at one point, like left my group and just kind of took the train about as far north as I could go. I went specifically to Finchley Central because of reasons that some people in our fan base know, but they're hard to explain. But yeah, it was a nice it was a very pretty area, and going up to Scotland was really fun. I think
it's basically like, my friend, it's like the Shire down south. Okay, you haven't got hobbits.
I didn't go too far down south. That would have been nice to see.
It's hills.
I liked the city of London better than the city of Edinburgh, I think. But I also got to go hiking like up in the Scottish Highlands and stuff, and that was
Scotland
beautiful.
is beautiful.
Yeah.
It really is very nice. Now let's look at some of these comments right now.
Yeah,
Squire,
we
you
should pay
better have
attention to
tea.
chat a bit.
I have some Earl Grey here, but it's
Oh my
cold.
goodness.
Very cold.
The British keeps coming.
Yeah, it's giving me bloody heartburn, that is as well. How good is the dental plan over there anyway? Well, the thing is, you get various ones, and they're pretty good. I mean, I think it's a misconception about British people and teeth. I think possibly.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I didn't notice anything while I was over there that stood out. Like, everybody here.
Yeah, no missing ones. They're all there, I suppose.
Food in London was pretty good too. Like that was a.
Surprisingly, British food isn't too terrible. Lots of
well, to be fair, also I was basically eating food from a lot of other cultures, not necessarily from England. So
that's English food. Okay. That is English food. You can't. That's all it is.
The breakfasts were great. I had the free breakfast at the hotel I was at every day, and that was delicious.
Indeed, man. It's a wonderful place. As long as you don't mind being 3 feet from anyone at any time. It's a wonderful place.
And so you said you were going to be in Austin for when are you actually coming?
Well, I'm going to visit, and I think sometime later in summer, I believe. I haven't booked anything yet. I probably should get onto that. I've got to book Germany as well. But
summer
yeah, probably Texas.
Is very hot, as a warning.
Don't worry. British
Bar.
summers are intense. As you might have heard over the internet, British summers are what I would like to call intensely hot.
I mean, literally 100 degrees here, like on a regular basis.
That's Fahrenheit.
Yes.
Good. I didn't want to boil myself.
Let me
boil
let
in
me
the bag,
run a little
rice,
Google conversion here.
Like a lobster, I probably would die onto that. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna come to the US and buy some guns and eat myself to death. That'll be good.
It is 37.7 degrees Celsius. That's the.
That's
awesome.
Celsius.
So basically, at the moment I weigh about, I guess, 80 kilograms, and I I'm willing to put on another 20 over there. That's what I'm gonna do.
You have to.
You don't do.
You
don't do kilograms. I'm aware you don't do them, but I'm just gonna be awkward with that.
Have you ever Franklin's Barbecue?
Oh my
It doesn't open till 1 in the afternoon.
I haven't even eaten there.
I've been. It's incredible. I went when it rained, so I didn't have to get there till like 9. But you get there at like 7 in the morning. They have community lawn chairs where you bring your own, and you just sit outside the restaurant till 1.
It's a barbecue place that you have to wait for 3 hours to get in because that's how many people are outside waiting to get barbecue from this place.
If you show up at like 10, they will be sold out already. Line will be too long, and by the time you get through it, they will actually be sold out of everything they cooked that day, and you will have to go home sad. But if you go early in the morning and you commit to it, it's the most fun ever. Bring a cooler, bring lawn chairs, and bring a deck of cards and some friends, and it's incredible.
Okay, just gonna find me some friends, and I am done. Okay, that's a wonderful recipe right there.
We'll have to, take you to eat things, and then we'll have to do you definitely have to film a sketch with you when you're here. That'll be fun. We don't get to collaborate with
I want to work with you very closely, girl, very closely indeed. And that'd be good, man. Yeah, I'm thrilled. My hair is kind of a bit.
Because we've looked really carefully. There are no YouTubers in Austin. We can't find anybody.
But isn't what that one company is in Austin?
Well,
and they hire...
I mean, Rooster Teeth is in Austin, but they're a little bit above our tier. So
I'd say that they knock you out as far as size is concerned.
Tiny bit. There's one guy in Austin that we've tried getting in contact with, and he's actually the guy who got me into doing YouTube and internet videos in general. And he now lives in Austin, but he's a bit flaky, so it's hard to get a hold of him. I haven't even talked to him directly. I've been talking to him through his best friend who I met once.
To be fair, you're not entirely innocent of that yourself. You're quite a hard man to get a hold of.
Am I?
Well, I guess it's the time difference. It's probably the time difference, if I'm honest. I retract that statement. That's fine. Carry on.
This guy we've scheduled oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was saying we should probably get on topic of something YouTube based. I'm just throwing it out there. We are.
Oh, we can. It's fine. It doesn't matter at all. It literally doesn't matter. We get loose.
I'm not sure how formal you wanted to make this.
I mean, this is already the most formal podcast I think we have ever done. So.
Yeah. Wow, that's a real bar. Set yourself there.
We've had, who else have we do have some other people we want to have on at some point, and we've had some other people in the past, but yeah, this is the most focused almost interview we've had on anything. Wow. Have you ever seen do you know who Jazza is? He has the Draw with Jazza channel, and he's art tutorials and things right now.
I don't.
He's from Australia, and he started on Newgrounds with us, and so we've had him on a show once.
Well, there's your problem already. An Australian is not going to be on track, is he? He's going to be all over the place doing ranting. It'd be awful.
Yeah, no, it was pretty all over the place. It's mostly people from Newgrounds. That's where we started. Do you know what Newgrounds is? A lot of people don't know what Newgrounds is anymore.
I am aware of what it is. It's okay.
It's kind of like it's like the Atlantis of the internet. It's everybody remembers that there are tales that it once existed, and it still exists, and the community that exists within it are still there, but nobody else remembers that it exists anymore.
Yeah, no.
Which is too bad because they actually had a much better system for sorting through content than YouTube does. And I think it's partially because they didn't have as much content, but it's actually a great place for animators still because they've actually incentivized the other users to vote on recently submitted content. Like you get points for going into the newly submitted section and watching the new stuff and then rating it, so that when you once it's received 100 ratings, the automated system uses that average rating to decide okay, this thing is good, so it goes right on the front page and gets more views. Or it's this thing got 1 out of 5 stars, so it just gets kind of tossed in the back and nobody will ever see it again. So it's actually based on how good your video is, how much attention it gets, which is really nice.
That's a lovely system.
That's
a lovely system.
That's how we actually ended up getting our first fans, is by submitting stuff there and getting it on the front page of that site.
How long would you say you've been doing this overall, including Newground stuff and YouTube?
Yoda's Christmas came out sophomore year of high school. which was 2007.
Oh my gosh, Yoda's Christmas.
I think.
Wow.
Yeah, we've actually been doing it for a while. We just moved really slow until last year.
Did we actually re-release that ever?
No. No, I didn't remake that.
I redid your lines in your hot attic.
I know.
With the re-release of that video.
Yeah, our very first cartoon was one called Yoda's Christmas, and I used a program called Anime Studio 5 to do it. It's the worst animation software I've ever used. It's really bad.
I can only use After Effects very badly, so don't worry.
Adobe recently put out something called Adobe Animate, which is their replacement for Flash, because they finally got it through their heads that nobody uses Flash for web development anymore. They only use it for animation. And so they turned it into an animation software, and I really would like to try it. I just haven't had time yet.
Fair enough. You strike me as a busy man. I mean, what do you do with your days, my friend? I mean, you make one video every how many days?
If you count all of our videos, we have one. One every Monday, and I'm working on them during. I only do this. I don't do anything else. Like, I seriously do nothing else. I go to work. I go to work for 5 hours because I need money.
Welcome to the life, my friend.
And then after that, I've played a few more video games in the last week than I have normally. I think that's like the most break I've had in a while. But I edit or write or work on videos in all of my free time.
I mean, do you find that days sort of creep up on you? Like, I'd love to put a video out every 2 days if I physically could. Yeah. But like, I'll record something, it'll take me a day. I'll work on it, it'll take another 2 days. By the time I've got it out, it's been about 7 or 8. Like, I haven't put a video up in a week, and I feel terrible because of it.
Well, when we started, actually, that was actually what we started doing for our yearly schedule. The philosophy I went into starting on the yearly schedule was that there is. I learned this from Freddie Wong, actually, listening to podcasts where he was being interviewed. And his whole thing was that there's a point of diminishing returns in a video where, for example, like if you're doing an explosion effect, like dropping in the explosion stock footage on that effect completes 90% of your work, right? The explosion is now there. And then everything you do after that completes less and less of that work. Like, it makes it look better, but percentage-wise, you're doing less work for more time. So his whole point, like, when he started, it was, we're going to set this date that we're releasing the video, and we're going to make it as good as we can, and then we're putting it out, like, no matter what. And so that's what I actually started doing with our channel as well. It was like, this is going up on Monday, and I'm going to make this look as good as it can, and that will be good enough, and then it's going up. Because if I put any more time into that, it's really only going to improve it, like, these very tiny increments, and it's not going to make that big of a deal. And if we're doing one every week, it's okay, because then next week we'll just do another one, and we'll do it better. And we've actually made significantly more progress in the quality of our videos over doing that for a year than I have at any point. Like, I learned so much more over the last year than I did in 3 years of film school, just making videos every single week.
Honestly, Kyle, you could probably give lectures on 24-hour film. How many 24-hour films have we done?
It's over 50. I haven't counted, but in the last year or so, we've done over 50.
Round was written, filmed, and edited in a day.
That was that one wasn't even during our year. That was old.
I know.
Now we've actually
one.
Yeah.
I feel unqualified here, if I'm honest. I mean, I had nothing. Okay, I did
you
drawings.
Have much bigger numbers than we
university, did some drawings, and then I started YouTube because I liked flying virtual aeroplanes and I have a funny voice, and that's done well for me. I've done remarkably well with my nasal voice and my mild ability to play games and make jokes.
Someone has quoted you on a video every 2 days in the chat.
Yeah, cause he will call me out on things. Bless you. You're a lovely man. Yeah, I wish I could make that many videos. That'd be brilliant. I'd make a lot more money.
It's easy. Just throw away everything else in your life, and then you can focus entirely on that.
Quality. You don't need quality. Throw that out the window. Who needs quality or jokes? I'll play live.
Just don't socialize with anyone. Don't leave your house. Don't go outside and enjoy the sunlight. It's as long as you strip out everything else.
I designate myself 3 days a week where I go out to do things. Otherwise, I don't go out. I go on a social thing one night a week into town with friends, and I got twice a week for food and for haircuts and things. Like, that's my week. It's incredibly sad.
I have like Ian gets irritated with me sometimes because I even if we go hang out, I have to turn it into something. Like I went and visited a couple people in San Antonio, and I was like, okay, I'll come see you, but we have to film a video over there because I need a video this week.
Just saying, zombie apocalypse Monopoly. Good ideas.
Ricky's entire job within this group is to be in Lubbock and then occasionally text me random ideas in one sentence.
They're pretty good ideas.
I keep him on the team for a bid. I mean, as I said to you earlier, Ricky, I would happily cover you in maple syrup and see you in my bedroom after this podcast. Get a flight over here right now, my friend.
Oh my. How's it spelled?
that bid, I could get lost in there for a while. That is something, man. I mean, look at that. That's just glorious.
It's pretty great.
Sorry.
Where were we?
Squire, have you considered flying virtual helicopters?
No.
Just no.
All right.
A man of few words.
What else was I oh yeah, we've moved to doing a video every 2 weeks now, actually, because we got to the point where I was like, these are probably as good as we're going to get within like a weekend long production time. So
sure.
We've rearranged our schedule now where.
If I did that, I'd be lynched from the nearest lamppost. You know, I'd be hanged.
Well, we film a video every 2 weeks now. We still release one every week, but we started our schedule off. Huh?
We have 2 uploads a week.
Well, if you count these podcasts, yeah.
Yeah, we count this. We count this.
Yeah. We do the counterintelligence show, which we're making adjustments to, and then we do a sketch every other week. And I think they look better now because, you know, of the time we're able to spend on them, so it's certainly an improvement. And our subscriber numbers seem to be, like, we've gotten to the point where we're like at, 1,000 a month. That's our
not bad.
Current
That's
rate,
pretty darn good.
which is amazing because I think our first 1,000 took approximately 7 years. So we've certainly increased in.
That's not. I mean, I'm afraid to hurt your feelings. That's poor.
Yeah, well,
7 years for 1,000. That's
7 years. I'm counting from like when I made the channel, not necessarily when I started producing things. The channel actually was made in 2006, I think. I made the channel back in because it was just my YouTube account. I didn't actually post stuff yet.
Sure.
I think if you count, I think probably the time to count being successful is when the first Fable video came out. Right? That would make sense. That was in 2010.
I think the success point was honest zucchini rhubarb.
Oh my god. Ricky likes to take credit for the videos he wrote, even if they didn't do well.
My first video, 1 second.
Techno
Plague. 15th of February. Oh my goodness me. My channel is 2 years old in 2 days.
Oh, nice. Wow. You should do an anniversary video.
You should do an anniversary.
An anniversary video. Oh, what do I do? What do I do? Something special.
Sorry for the pressure on you suddenly.
Gosh. Confirmed.
I'll think of something.
Confirmed anniversary video.
We're working out. Oh yeah, sorry, chat. If you're competing over who's been a fan the longest, Burnt L wins. Always. I'm afraid.
Techno Plague has brought up that project which will not be named.
Which one?
The Fable 3 experience.
Oh. Yeah. I'm struggling on that one. I really want to make it, but it's like I don't have time. Like I'm not sure. That's another reason I want to look into this new Adobe software, because maybe it'll make it to where I can produce this faster. Yeah, we've been on the hook for one final video to the Fable series that we made for a few years now, because I announced it 3 years ago, and I've had the unfinished project file on my computer since then.
Fable 3 has been out for 5 years.
Yeah. Well, how long had Fable 2 been out when we made that video? It's not exactly... We don't really make videos about games when they come out. Come on.
I don't know. I Am Toast was pretty close.
Oh, the I Am Bread, yeah. So, what do you like playing aside from the war games when you're not playing for your channel? Do you play the same games, or do you have other ones that you like?
I mean, I'll be honest. What I enjoy playing and what I upload, it bridges, the same ground.
Yeah,
but
I mean, obviously you enjoy the games that you're playing for the channel. Are there other ones that you like?
I think I'd go mad if I didn't enjoy them.
What would be the point of that? But are there other ones that maybe don't like fit the channel necessarily that you like playing on the side? For sure.
I mean, I play a lot of like RTS stuff, as I said, like a lot of Civ 5.
Oh, yeah.
Endless Legend is one I got into recently. Endless Legend is pretty good, from what I understand. A lot of GTA 5, all that kind of stuff. Pretty standard, generic stuff I play with friends. There's nothing exciting, mind you, but
I haven't played a whole
lot. If I play War Thunder entirely, I think I'd actually go ballistic, mad, off my rocker.
Can't just do one. I think I've never really been able to get into strategy games until Civ, but I realize I don't play Civ correctly. Like, I don't ever actually get into confrontations with people. I almost always play Egypt, and then I isolate myself from everybody else, and I just build stuff. That's all I do. So my score just ticks up at the side, and everyone's like, what the crap is Kyle doing? Somebody go kill him. He's like gaining all the points.
That's how I play Age of Empires.
I was going to say, my Civ strategy is rename my capital to Squidonia, first of all. And then I build a vast empire and kill everybody else because they're not, well, me. It's very good.
If you join a game with us, like, I can basically just point out, we have AI personalities, essentially. There's no variation. It's like, John will kill you, I will sit in the corner and build stuff. Phone!
Rookie mistake.
That is the phone that is on my desk, despite the fact that
this is an unprofessional podcast. I'm leaving. Goodbye.
Hey, Sasquatch is here. Hi, Sasquatch.
Sasquatch at his computer.
The Sasquatch at his computer. He's one of our Patreon supporters.
He's a cool guy.
I thought you'd suddenly sort of ingested LSD or something. Very good.
So I started playing a new game this week, which I don't do very frequently because, again, I'm always editing things. But this one I think I might actually play through because it's super fun. I started playing Shadow of Mordor because it went on sale for $12.
That's an older game.
It's not brand new. Like it came out like a year ago, I think. But I've really been enjoying it.
Is it just like an RPG?
It is an RPG, and it's kind of that. It uses that fighting system that's really popular right now. That's in the Batman games, where it's almost like, it feels like a rhythm game when it's done poorly, right? It's like the block, punch, like just push this button to block, and then go ahead, rant on it, because I'll come back with how Shadow of Mordor does it well.
So that fighting system, the generic kind of Arkham kind of fighting system of Batman, has been rehashed so many times by games like Mordor and Mad Max did it recently, and that was not that great on combat. It was very sort of boring.
I tried Mad Max first, and it wasn't really all that fun. Like it was okay, but now that I've started playing Shadow of Mordor, I'm like, oh, this one's actually done like it does it really well. There's just I don't know what it is. I haven't taken the time to analyze it. But
it's well done.
Compared to, I don't know if they just give you more options, like more ways to fail, maybe. Like Mad Max, as long as you're pushing the buttons that show up on screen, you can't actually lose the fight.
I bought that game almost on release, actually, and I played 25 minutes of it, and I installed it. I didn't give it a fair chance. I
bought Mad Max at full price, and I bought Shadow of Mordor at $12, so in my mind, I've switched those two prices. Like, I'm pretending I spent the $60 on Shadow of Mordor and the $12 on Mad Max, just to justify the purchase. But the Shadow of Mordor does the story, like, other than just being fantastic gameplay, it does the storytelling just really well, because I'm sure what you've heard is the whole system with the orc hierarchy.
Yeah, I've played it,
right? Yeah,
Don't worry, I played it.
Anybody who hasn't played it though, they've probably heard about that. Like, it's the whole when you kill, the orcs have their own programmed military hierarchy, sort of, and so if they kill you, they get promoted into another spot. which is really cool. Like, I thought it was cool that you start off the game dead, essentially, and so dying and restarting is actually worked into the story rather than the game just being like, whoops, you messed up, let's move back, try it again. There are actually consequences from dying, but then you re-enter the same world, which is cool. But it makes, like, I've had so many cool epic hero moments in that game from playing it just for like 3 days or something. Like I think Half-Life was the last game I played where I actually had like these organic sort of instances where I felt like I was influencing the outcome of the game. Our stream keeps like restarting for some reason.
So does mine, don't worry.
I don't know why that's happening. It keeps cutting out. I apologize to anybody who's having troubles with that. But yeah, like there was this one. I'm gonna tell a Shadow of Mordor story real quick. There was at one point the other day I found this one guy I was trying to kill, and I don't remember his name. I remember what he looks like very clearly because he killed me like 3 times, and his weaknesses, or not his weaknesses, his strengths were that he was immune to stealth and ranged attacks, which I noticed because those were my preferred methods of killing people, and so I couldn't actually manage to get through this guy. And so what I finally ended up doing was picking off all of his stupid little followers that were like around him, because that's what would happen, is I would get caught up fighting them and he'd throw spears at me or something, and then I'd die.
Cowards' weapons. Cowards. Anything thrown is a coward's weapon.
So I picked them off and then just went one-on-one, managed to kill him. I was like, alright, I got him. And so then I set my sights on this other guy, and I remember his name was Mog the Cook. I don't remember, I think his name just stood out to me for some reason, because he was the other guy who killed me once. And I was like, I'm going to go take revenge on you. And so I go off just kind of in the general direction, not really paying attention to where I am, and I'm sneaking past this big fortress thing. And then suddenly I notice that there's a guy climbing up over this cliff. I'm like, oh crap, I missed him. And he climbs over the cliff, and it's the guy that I just killed. And I don't know how that
the one that's
happens.
immune to missile attacks.
It's the same guy, and I don't know.
Question. Question.
Yeah.
How does one become immune to missile attacks?
He was immune to ranged, so like the arrows that I use wouldn't work.
How does he stop them?
You know what? I don't know, because I didn't try shooting them. I saw that he was immune to them, so I didn't attempt it.
Bluff. It's a bluff.
It's
He told
probably
this fellow what? He's immune to arrows. Don't try and shoot me because they won't hurt. What he's done is he's fooled you. You're an idiot. He's completely fooled you, okay? He's very, very vulnerable to arrows. His first defense is deception. That's rule 1.
That's probably what, yeah. No, he tricked me. But I was like, what? Why are you here? I just killed you. And I don't know if it was, because the way I killed him was the interrogation thing, so I don't know if it's like, if that didn't actually kill him, because he was also white this time.
Interrogation doesn't actually kill people, Kyle.
He showed up and he was like bone dead white. He was a different color, and I was like, I don't know if he just came back from the dead or whatever, but I'm gonna kill you again because there's nobody around you, so fine, come at me. I did it once, I could do it the second time. So I bring him like halfway down, and then suddenly from behind me, somebody yells at me, like, you're back again. I'm like, what? And I turn around, and it's Mog the freaking Cook, the other guy that I'm hunting down. I've accidentally wandered into his territory, and I have 2 of these people surrounding me at the same time, and so I'm like fighting them both
in a
off,
moment,
like back
in
and
a moment,
forth.
it's like a scene out of Hell's Kitchen. That's
it was insane, and I was I'm fighting these 2 guys off, and I'm doing okay, and then suddenly I get hit by an arrow. Like I'm fighting this guy who's weak to range.
And let me guess.
And
you're not invulnerable to ranged attacks, so
no, I'm not. I'm fighting this one guy who's invulnerable to them, and then Mog the Cook, he's weak to range, so I know he doesn't have ranged attacks, and so I look around, and I get dropped, right, like by this arrow down into the almost dead position, and it's just this stupid archer just on this battlements, like a couple 100 feet away, who just decided to butt in on this, and so I'm down, and he's shooting one other arrow, and I managed to hit that recovery move. So he shoots another arrow, and this is like my big epic finish. So I'm like, okay, I've got these 2 guys surrounding me. This guy's aiming me down. I'm gonna finish this off. So he shoots the arrow. I manage to slice it out of the air, which makes me get back up. It's it's that finisher move where it's like you gotta align the control stick and then hit the button in time. So yeah, I like swing, knock the arrow out of the air, and then just sprint for the battlements go straight up.
It's not very realistic.
Kick the guy off the
admittedly,
thing.
Admittedly, there are orcs. I'll grant you. But it's not very realistic, is it? Slicing arrows out of the air. Unless you're something short of a samurai, maybe.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, that's the point. I'm awesome, so I knock the arrow out of the air, stab the guy I already killed once, so hard that his face explodes. I'm not sure what made that happen, but like his face just blew off. And so then I run at the battlements, sprint up them, kick the archer off the edge of it, and then Mog the cook climbs up out over the battlements after me, and I remember he's weak to range, so I spin around and just fire 4 arrows into his face at the same time.
He's obviously weak to range. All he can do is try and bat them away with a saucepan, and he's trying, and he's just getting perforated.
And then all out. And I was like,
good.
That was the coolest thing. Like that was, and it was completely organic. Like it wasn't scripted. It was just this whole thing that happened just by the game mechanics. And I was like, this game is the best. I think that was that one moment. Was like this is one of my new favorite games. I love this.
So, see, if you played the sword class, that story would have been 3 seconds. It would have been I sliced him and then I sliced him.
Well, there isn't a class.
Always play sword class.
There was this orc, right? And I sliced him in half. Could have been a very quick story.
It was so cool.
a bit less sort of, wonderful than yours.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to move it along to Dying Light. Have you guys played Dying Light before?
I have not played Dying Light.
I have not played Dying Light.
Just think parkour and zombies.
Right.
Rio. Okay, but you climb over stuff and you kick zombies in the head and then hammer them to death brutally. And they've just released a new sort of expansion for the game which adds a wide open area and cars and various things. So now you can run them over at speed, and it's pretty exciting stuff.
Zombies.
That's all I've got. And I've been playing a little bit of that, and that's good fun. And that's all I've got to say on it.
Right.
I don't have a big anecdote like yourself
big
about
tale,
how I don't have
that was only one of mine. I got more I could go into, but I won't.
I think everyone's okay. I think everyone's okay. You don't need to go into that.
I recommend Shadow of Mordor. I don't think it's still on sale, but if you haven't played it yet,
Ricky, save us. Beard anecdote.
I picked up Guild Wars 2 recently.
Oh, for God's sake! I'm taking command of this. It's going horribly wrong.
I spent about 40 minutes in the character creator to make my tree person look like Groot. To find out that the name Groot was taken.
Of course it was.
So I have to just scream "I am Groot" in the Skype calls. But that's the end of that story.
Let's see. Do we have any more chat going on right now?
Well, there was a Technoplague was talking about his computer, and Burntel was talking about his PS4.
Burntel asked how.
Speaking of Kingdom Hearts, there, Technoplague. That's actually the game with the worst penalty for death than any game ever.
What is it?
Because every time you die in Kingdom Hearts, you have to sit through a 10-minute cutscene again.
Well, no, that's just JRPGs. That just happens in that particular genre a lot.
Thank God, Kingdom Hearts 2 put the skip cutscene button.
Yeah, no, any game that doesn't let you skip cutscenes it angers me a lot.
Guys, I'll be back in 2 seconds. 1 minute.
Okay.
Okay.
It's not a fire or anything. No fires here. Don't worry about fires. Fires aren't happening. 1 second.
What? There's a guitar behind
no, I just know. The guitar there.
And you never told us? I feel betrayed.
Bertel, I did not get a PS4, but Reed did.
You play that guitar now.
So I will be using the PS4.
After hiding from us the whole time.
It's okay. I've alerted the authorities. There's nothing to worry about. Big fire.
How could you hide that guitar from us the whole time?
Yeah, there's various things in this room.
Various. Can you play it? Can you play it?
I play a bit of guitar. Yeah, I play some things. Not very well, mind you. I mean, I sort of stopped my other hobbies and I picked up YouTube, and that's that. I played like a lot of guitar for like 5 years and stopped as soon as I started YouTube because this took up all my time and all my ability, my limited ability, and I don't really play anymore.
Make yourself a theme song or something.
I can nick one off the internet. It's fine.
Yeah.
There are much more talented people than me out there.
That has actually been a big help in completing videos more quickly. As used to, I would try to learn how to do everything myself, and I think it was.
Oh, don't be doing that.
Well, it was helpful because now I understand the fundamentals of like how does 3D modeling work. Like I can do it if I need to, but I'm also aware that if I need a 3D model of a ladder, I can just go download one for free that somebody's already made instead of building it myself.
Sure.
Which, yeah,
okay,
so that's a big help.
Like, I've always made all my own art, all my own intros, and obviously my videos. Would you believe it? And yeah, it's time. Like this week, I made my new trailer and a new outro, and it's taken me, I think, 4 days of the week to just do some basic After Effects animation, which I'm not very good at, admittedly.
Yeah.
But I've spent so long doing things like that it's affected my normal output horrendously.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually still off of schedule right now because of the counterintelligence intro animation. I'm hoping to. I think if filming goes properly for the next 2 weekends, I should actually be back onto my every 2 weeks schedule again.
Wow.
And it's just because I got it offset for an entire week doing that animation. Animation's tough. I don't. I have an animator actually that we're gonna have on at some point who recently had some troubles. I don't know if you saw him on the front page of Reddit a while ago. His channel is MacBot.
Who is it?
He's called MacBot, and he had some issues recently with somebody hiring him to do some animation, and then he didn't end up getting paid for it. And so he didn't intend it to, but it turned into this whole big Reddit thing with the people making videos arguing back about it and stuff. Which I will not be talking to him about on the show because I'm sure he's heard enough about it, but we will be having him on at some point because he's also from Newgrounds and kind of came up about the same time.
I need to hire an animator for something, but I'm not sure where to get one. I need a cartoon animator. Really badly.
He's pretty good, I guess.
What are his rates? Is he extremely expensive?
I don't know. You'd have to ask him. He is. I think if you just search MacBot on YouTube, you can just let him know that that I sent you. And that's what he does. Honestly, though, you just go to Newgrounds. There are a lot of people on there that you can find that would be very happy to do animation for any kind of pay, I'm sure.
So, Squire, here's a question for you.
Go.
How many videos did you have to release before you hit big?
And what do you consider hitting big? Also, I guess.
Okay, so what do you consider hitting big? I mean,
like
to me, there was
got the big subscribers, like the big views. Like what was how many videos did you release before you started getting all?
Let's say the 10 if before you got reliably 10,000 views a video.
Sure. I mean, for me, there was no point where it sort of rocketed. It's always been sort of a gradual slope of growth. It's never really just hit up massively. That's my answer, really. I mean, as soon as I got around, I guess, 25,000 subs, within the first day, I'd hit around 8,000 to 10,000 views on a video. And it's kind of been consistent since then. Like now at 65, I'll probably hit about 22,000 views in the first day on a video. Okay. And it's just a gradual climb. I've not really had a big viral video, which is something that, I would like. I would like that. So, There's my answer. I would like a big viral video. If you know the recipe for one of those, that'd be very good right now.
I think we did one semi-viral video by total accident and have never managed to do it again.
The door monster.
Yeah, but they're not really all that helpful actually. Like if you look at the view to subscriber ratio of any of our videos, it's sure. Like the door monster video actually percentage-wise got us very few subscribers compared to say our Kerbal Space Program sketches or something. Something like 20% of the views on that video turned into subscribers, whereas Door Monster, it was like 5. I was gonna say,
for me, it was your Civ 5, your first one. That's what I first found your channel through that one on Reddit, I think.
Oh yeah.
And that was good. I enjoyed that one.
Again, most of our videos we will put up, and within that first week they will get a certain amount of views. But after a week, it's like, all right, that's basically done, right? Like it's not going to gain too many more views after that. It may slowly grow, but that's it. Civ 5 videos never stop. Like the rate stays exactly the same. It's very weird. I get new comments on our doing something about Gandhi video every single day. Like my email shows up with new comments on that video, and I don't know why. I don't understand why.
What do you define as a viral video? How many views do you think it needs to get to be viral?
Oh well, I mean our Door Monster we got like 500,000 in a day, so I think that's probably what.
That's I would call that viral. My highest hitting are like in the 300s.
Nothing else we've ever done has come remotely close to that. So it's not like something we do on a regular basis. It was just pure chance.
That is mad. That is absolutely mad. That's a
cool.
video for you.
Yeah. It was definitely an experience, and that's what we were actually planning on starting our weekly videos at the beginning of 2015, and then that happened in November 2014, and I was like, well, it'd be pretty dumb to not just go ahead and start doing this right now, and so that's when we actually ended up starting.
You also play shooters. It looks like a shooter for the most part on a PC. Are you a keyboard kind of guy, or do you play with a controller?
Controllers, I am literally just the most hopeless person in the world with a controller. I mean, they're not controllers, they're...
Controllers are not good for shooters.
They're awful for everything. No, Ricky, you're wrong.
Sorry, Ricky, you're incorrect.
I mean, the worst things I've ever used.
I have this thing plugged into my computer so I can play Melee on the computer.
That's surely a very poor controller you've just shown me there. It's a box with nothing on it. I mean...
I prefer controllers for racing games and for RPGs specifically. Like, I think they work better in those cases. But for shooters, you gotta use a mouse. You can't get that precision with a controller.
I guess this is why I'm so bad at shooters.
That's probably why.
Yes.
You're a keyboard and mouse guy with this? Oh man.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You get.
I mean,
why you don't use a controller? You have a PC, Ricky.
I know I have a PC.
You don't have to use a controller. You're choosing to use a controller to play shooters.
Well, now we know why I'm so bad at shooters.
You're probably awful at shooters. Also, joysticks for like air stuff. I do a lot of airplane things. Joysticks we use.
Oh, you use do you have like an airplane joystick or whatever?
I have many kinds of joystick. One of which is an airplane joystick, and you use it to fly airplanes with this.
Have you seen those like ridiculous truck simulator setups?
Oh, people go mad on that. That's a massive game as Euro Truck Simulator and all that stuff. It's massive.
There are a lot
People
of
get
games
really
like
invested in that. I got bored playing that game. I drove for a while and I got bored. I thought, I could be out doing this for real money, driving a real truck. But then I realized I need a license for that. A properly big, heavy vehicles license, and I don't have one of those.
There are some types of games that just baffle me how much attention, like how they get these really strong communities formed around. And I'm part of some. Like, I like city builder games. Those aren't exciting, but I still enjoy playing them.
I thought you might. Yeah, power mad. That's what you are.
The actual funniest was the funniest thing I've ever seen done with Truck Simulator was this guy. I think his YouTube name was like Peanut Butter Gamer, and he did this thing where he played Truck Simulator with a steering wheel setup, right? That he bought from like Goodwill for $5 and taped it to his desk while he was trying to answer comments on his phone. It was his Don't Text and Drive special. And him attempting to drive the truck while also answer Twitter comments on his phone is actually really funny.
Wow.
That's amazing. I'll do the same. I'll plug in my joystick, get into War Thunder, do some flying properly, like full real controls, and just answer Skype calls and do some business transactions. Maybe make a video while I'm doing it. Just editing.
So okay, I think I have one more maybe like set of YouTube based questions.
Please
depending
do.
on how much you want to answer them. Are you comfortable talking about the money aspect of it? Because I know that doesn't actually get discussed a lot.
Sure, go for it.
And it's something that even I listen to a ton of podcasts from other YouTubers, just trying to get any little pieces of information I can from them. And
I'm a well of information, please.
And that's one thing they never talk about. So
take what you will.
We currently have, and actually I think our money is pretty public right now because we're using Patreon, so you can actually just go look and see how much we're making. We're getting about 150 off of Patreon a month right now, and then approximately 50 off of ads. So our videos are actually just about covered by our revenue from making the videos at this point, which is nice. And we are at, again, we're moving towards 9,000, I think, right now on the subscriber scale. So
getting close to 10 there.
You obviously haven't started your Patreon just yet, but how
tonight? So
how do you do on ad revenue at your position now? The difference being like 50,000 subscribers from where we are at the moment?
So taking into account the fact that on the best possible week, I make 3 videos a week, and that's
Right.
usually 2 videos a week, to be honest with you. And this week I haven't made any at all. I don't make many videos, and so you've got to take that into account, I suppose. And I'm not allowed to tell you how much I make.
Well, you probably make a similar amount to what we make, so it's a good comparison.
It's against my obviously the contract I signed with my network, but I get about 700,000 views a month, I guess, around there. That's kind of a ballpark figure, and I work about 50 hours a week on the channel, and I get below minimum wage for it. It's a good amount of money, like I can live just, but it's
Really? So
it's
you do get enough to make, like, to just do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I can just do that for what I make at the moment. I can live, and survive and eat, which is good because I need to eat, and I can make tea on a regular basis. So thank you very much.
Well, follow-up question then, because you just mentioned being part of a network, and we've actually been part of a network twice, and have left both of them after a year because we weren't actually getting anything from them.
So you're not currently in a network?
No, and
currently.
I personally have not been able to find a benefit of being in one because they tend to take some of our money without giving us anything in return. Because we were partnered with Maker at first, which really just didn't do anything at all.
No, Maker not good.
And then we left and partnered with Frederator that specializes in animation, which I think is probably great for animation. Frederator is actually the same group that produced like the Fairly Odd Parents and a bunch of, I think even Adventure Time actually.
Wow.
Animation.
What was that?
We partnered with them and then we didn't do any animation.
Yeah, like we partnered right after we stopped doing animation, and then we started doing this our monthly videos. And it was getting to the point where, like, they were taking part of our money, but we weren't really getting any advertising from them. They weren't doing anything wrong. It just wasn't a good deal, so we left. And I mean, like, I get, networks contacting us all the time with their stupid form letters saying, asking us to come be a part of the network. But I've so far not actually I have not been able to figure out what the benefit of being part of a network is. So I'm curious from your perspective, what actually comes from yours? Because see, that was the opposite for us. We lost money. So what kind of
split are you getting? I mean, at the moment on Curse, I'm getting sort of a 90-10 split. 90% of my revenue goes to me, 10 goes to the network for, getting ads.
So what does YouTube take from that?
None.
They don't take any from yours?
No. I mean, every ad that goes on, I make 90% of what it is. So it's a lot of money. I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, it's enough for me to eat, drink tea, and make videos with. I don't really save anything each month, mind you. I sort of spend everything I earn, which isn't too good. But, I mean, that's why I'm starting the Patreon thing tonight, so I can hopefully, save some money up and actually
Yeah, I think that would
advance
probably
my
help you
life.
quite a bit, because that's where most of ours is coming from, because you don't get crap from ad revenue, even at full price, I think. But who are you partnered with?
Curse, Union for Gamers.
Okay. Maybe it has something to do with being partnered. Maybe I don't know if it has to do with like the content of your channel. Also, like if gamers have slightly different deals.
So some networks only accept you if you do the kind of content they're looking for. So Union for Gamers is obviously only gaming content, which I think you kind of qualify for. I mean, you do make Civ content and all that kind of stuff.
It's true. We do game-themed videos sometimes, but
you know what? I reckon you'd pass it.
Yeah, it might be worth looking into. I don't think we were getting less money with the people we were partnered with than we would have just using YouTube's default system was our problem.
That's a bit mad.
And
after this has stopped being public, we can talk about the actual sort of earnings and actually look into getting you something for a network that's kind of going to benefit you more. Because I mean, that shouldn't be the case. Ideally, I mean, you should be making more than you currently are. I reckon. So
okay,
well, I'll see what we can do. I'll see what we can do. Don't worry.
Hopefully that's helpful anybody else listening as well. Because that's a very difficult piece of information to find. Because there's not a lot of people actually doing this semi-professionally, and when they are, they don't usually talk about it. So.
I mean, I try and be as open as I can without breaking my contract with my lovely network who say, you're not allowed to discuss how much you make from YouTube. I mean, you can kind of find it out by looking at people's views. You can see people's views online pretty easily. And you can work out how much they're making roughly, so...
Why do they have a reason for not wanting you to talk about it, or?
I'm not sure. They just don't like it. I'm not sure why. It just says there explicitly in bold writing, do not discuss the financial, how much you're making per video or whatever. But, yeah, from Patreon, I'm really hoping that hopefully I can sort of save some money up and maybe, advance some things. And who knows? I might be able to do something live. I'm not sure where the money will go.
Well, it's cool to know.
Some interesting stuff.
Like at least like we have an idea when did you only just recently manage to reach the point where you could support yourself off of YouTube, or like what?
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, even now it's on sort of iffy kind of ground because I don't make enough videos because I'm very lazy to really, to support myself as well as I could. I mean, I make the amount to which I can now live off it, and I put maybe 2 or 3 videos a week, and that keeps me, alive. And I think I just put a lot of time into the videos, and I can't make more than I can without sacrificing quality. So I live off what I can.
That's sort of my goal right now, is like reach the point where I can make enough that I can reasonably leave the actual job I have now and start spending like all of my time on this.
Yeah.
And then maybe actually having like spending my work time on YouTube and then spending my free time on actually doing free time things and not just doing YouTube and work solid day after day.
Here's the thing.
That'd be cool.
Here's the thing, right? I stopped university and started doing this full time, and my productivity only went up by about 30%.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, I think I put a lot more work into my videos than I used to. Don't get me wrong. I put a lot more hours into it all, and more work goes into each video than I used to.
But yeah, I definitely need to be a little bit further down the line before I'm able to do that. So it's nice getting some idea of, when that stuff starts happening. So, and hopefully that helps anybody else who's listening to the podcast as well and thinking about doing this or thinking about doing something similar.
Sure. But I mean, all I can say is if you're below 100k, prepare to work under minimum wage. Unless you make a lot of videos and they're getting a lot of views.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of how well it's going for myself here, and I'm amazed how many views I do get because it's at the end of the day it's me flying a virtual plane and shouting into a microphone with a silly voice.
Well, and I definitely think the Patreon edition will help because again, like how many we're like 1/6 of your current subscribers, and we're making 150 a month off of just Patreon. So
sure, and I think we both have our own individual, very hardcore fan bases. I mean, you for sure have a tight-knit group of hard guys who'll back you to the hilt, apparently.
Yeah, that's actually one of my favorite accomplishments at all, is that we somehow managed to isolate like all of the nice people on the internet. I don't know how we found them, but like we don't have nobody's ever negative in our comments like at all. It's fantastic.
I was gonna say at my size now, I'm amazed I don't get a lot more. I get very, very few. Hate messages or anything like that. It's amazing how few I get. And
our audience is pretty awesome. We've been very lucky to have.
I think we can both establish both of our audiences pretty awesome things.
Yeah.
The meanest thing I've ever seen in our comments was like, "Hey, you pronounced my name wrong,"
which we just do anyways.
Yeah, and they weren't even like rude about it. It was like a quiet pronounced my name wrong, and that's all they said.
We actually had one guy change their YouTube name because we couldn't pronounce it.
Oh, no,
which I felt really bad about.
Was that Elferlight?
No, it was his name is Glorious Potato currently. I think it's I don't know, I can't remember what it was previously. It was something we couldn't manage to say. Yeah. Well, I think that was a pretty good YouTube discussion. Is there
Pani Bazia Produxu?
Anything? John, stop messaging me.
White Lightning does need 26 million subscribers.
Wait. Is there anything else we can go over before?
I mean, continuing from the Patreon thing, from Mega Lamb. Patreon, it's not something that, you should feel sort of obliged to, fund for people. I think it's a very, I see it as a tip jar more than anything else myself. I'm not sure about you guys, but I mean, it's by no means, mandatory. That's the brilliant thing about it, I think.
Yeah, no, it's great.
I don't want people to feel pressured into...
If you want to help, then here's a way to do it.
Sure. I've tried to be careful tonight when I launch it and try and make people, feel like it's not a forced thing you need to do. I mean, nothing will change if I put this up. It's just there to, make it so I can drink even more tea than I already do, which is a lot. It's just my teeth aren't, like, completely just black or brown, but no, they're fairly white, so it's amazing.
Well, in the future, we should try to do more collaboration stuff together. It's really cool that you're coming to Austin. Like, I had no idea you were coming here, so we should definitely work that out. And
you know what? I've been thinking of a lot of places to go in the US, and that just sort of stood out to me. A few other places I've got on my list.
Are you going to come for any of the festivals, or no?
What was that?
Are you coming for like a festival, for like an ACL or?
I was gonna go for one of the PAXs.
Oh, one of the PAXs?
Okay.
Yeah, those are great.
Yeah. I've been invited to one of them, so I thought I might go.
Are you staying with someone? Like, do you have a place
I'm
the
not
area.
entirely sure yet. I'm not gonna lie. I've left it quite late already. Like I'm going to Germany for Gamescom in I think it might be August. I think it's early August. I'm apparently going to that now, and that'll be fun again. Germany's great for that kind of stuff. So yeah,
all right. Well,
there you go.
Cool. And I guess that about does it for this episode then.
Riveting.
Good episode. It was brilliant with you, Squire.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate that. Hopefully,
You know what? I feel like I did.
Have guests on a lot more because that was fun.
I subscribed to you during this, so I made it even. It was even 65,349, so I needed to make it 65.
Everyone counts. Every single one counts. There you go. Thank you, Ricky. I'll subscribe to you.
Well, I don't have a channel, but you should subscribe.
Do it anyway. Just accept my subscription, you
okay,
horrible man.
Ricky's on our channel.
Horrible bearded man.
Ricky has a blood contract with White Lightning HQ. He's not allowed to make his own channel.
They do
We should
have
work
like
more together, though. On a serious note, we should work a lot more together.
Yeah, you should. We'll try to. Maybe we can get like the what is the name of the game again? I already forgot. The game you play.
I don't think it's worth telling you. It's got planes in it.
Yeah, the plane game. We'll get the plane game, and you can show us how to plane. You can train us.
Good idea. Make a video about that. You're gonna need some props and a green screen, though. You're gonna.
Oh no, I meant actually in the game. Like you just have a series of you training us horrible people who know nothing about flying anything to fly.
Sure. So everybody's happy. You'll be in a live action skit with us, and then you'll try to make Kyle play the plane game, and we'll watch him crash a lot.
When I come over, I'm gonna bring my gear.
Right?
All right. Don't worry. I'm gonna bring my gear, my leather flying jacket, and my goggles.
Actually, I think this is probably a good plan. Like I should get the game. We should maybe make a video with you showing us how to play the game so that I've played it, and then we should write a skit about that game since that's kind of your thing. Like we could.
I can help with that. I can help with the writing on that. Don't worry.
That's not a bad idea. We should try that.
There's so many things live action wise you can do with this game because it's so very flawed.
Cool.
Those
are the best.
Music must get that. That is already copyrighted. It's in the good ideas folder.
Ricky's beard.
Ricky's beard.
But thank you.
Just call it Ricky's rummage or something. You know, just.
Oh my goodness.
Also, one other thing, people are mentioning Rooster Teeth again in the chat. Just to go back to something, I did actually apply for a writing job with them about a week ago because I don't really like editing at my current job and thought that writing would be a lot more fun. And I looked up writing jobs, and they have a sketch writing position open. So I applied for that. I don't actually know how that's going to go. But
I would also like that job. I like writing a lot.
Yeah, no, I've one of the things that I...
We'll go into the interview. I'll see you in there, and I'll swear them with my accent. I'll be, hello, boys. I don't have any qualifications, but I speak like this.
Crap, I'm going to lose.
You got a job.
Well, we'll see you guys all next Saturday, probably. I won't. We'll see if we can, see who we can get on for that one.
I'll probably be next Saturday. I might even be in costume next Saturday if I'm here.
Okay. I'm not going to ask what that means. Squire, if you have maybe like any other YouTubers you know that you'd think would like to be on the show or something, feel free to refer them to us. That'd be nice. It'd be cool to have a new guest on each time, I think, just to
I can name many that would love to rummage in Ricky's beard. Many hours.
All right. Well, we will see you guys all next Saturday. Have a good weekend. Bye. And then, yeah, you guys have to...
Wow. Bye.
Yeah, bye. We never do good outros.
I am a brilliant outroist. Wow, Ricky's going for the full beard close up. I'm cheery, everyone. Have a lovely day. Have a lovely evening if you're in the UK. Ricky, sign it out. Bit of a flourish. Sign it out with a bit of a flourish.
Give a sign out, Ricky, and then everyone stay silent because then I got to do the
Okay.
The end.
I don't know, but have a good one.
All right, good enough.
Bunch of jokers.
Oh no, the outro's not playing. Oh no.
Oh, we're still on.